This week on Primetime, be the booker for WWE Extreme Rules, the results of TNA Sacrifice on pay-per-view, a look back at a creepy and chilling edition of WWE RAW, and details on how WWE is being under investigation. And it's the next rounds of the 2014 PWR Fantasy Draft after yesterday's first. Whoa!
Yes, and it's me, Al Snow, and I will be your guest, impartial and fair moderator for the draft.
That is hashtag tremendous.
Absolutely.
All that and a heck of a lot more right here, right now on My 24 Milwaukee.
This is the Pro Wrestling Report, Primetime TV, the longest running pro wrestling news program in the world, with your hosts, David Hero and Damian Nelson.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Pro Wrestling Report, Primetime Saturday night. Damian Nelson sitting alongside David Octavius. Hold up, wait a minute.
Hold up.
What's Al Snow doing here?
He's coming to hang out and help moderate the draft.
I didn't clear that.
You didn't have to.
I do have to. I went 50% of this whole draft thing.
I talked to the Cause.
The Cause authorized this? The Cause signed off on this.
He was frustrated with the shenanigans last week. He wants things to be fair and balanced.
He's the one who booked and hired the accounting team.
No, he said that he's
the how of Dewey and Cheatham.
Yes, exactly.
You know, and look at you. You're wearing a Job Squad shirt.
I'm showing love and support.
Yesterday I get a freaking coin flip with a 1 in 6 chance.
Yes, but that's great.
And now today your super friend is, and you're wearing a shirt. You know what?
Yes. What?
I have persevered through much more than this.
Well, yes,
I will be just fine. And
wait, are we talking about the stuff that happened many years ago? Persevering through all that stuff?
Absolutely. And I have
really.
I have lived through it. If I can live through that, I can live through this. And if I can make it there, I can make it anywhere because I am indeed a two-time draft winner. How many times have you won, David Hero?
Once.
None. Cero. Zero.
Sato.
Spanish.
And Tanaka?
Zero. Pat.
Yes.
Let's go into this week's WWE Report, and wow, what an opening segment on Raw this past Monday night. Bray Wyatt, John Cena, WWE had the whole world in their hands, captivating an audience with a youth choir serenading John Cena. How ironic is it? How ironic is it that John Cena, who is most popular with women and children, had a choir full of children representing Bray Wyatt against him while standing in that steel cage and singing He's Got the Whole World in His Hands. And that moment when they put those sheep masks on I got chills. I mean, it was a powerful television.
I want to know what parent signed that permission slip to let their kids walk around the ring, put sheep's masks on, and then sit on Bray Wyatt's lap in a rocking chair. Maybe a parent that would drop
their kid off at an insane asylum like you did last Sunday.
Cal needed to get counseling. Speaking of that, our dear, good, close, personal, longtime friend Al Snow took Cal to school yesterday.
I don't want to talk about your dear, close, personal friend Al Snow anymore because we'll get to that later when we get to rounds 2 through 7 of the draft. But this opening segment
that attitude will not work for you with him.
What did it do to you? What was your feeling? What was your reaction to that opening segment? I
thought it was absolutely tremendous. I thought Bray Wyatt and company sent a message. I just wish John Cena wasn't so robotic. I wish he could have just shown a little more emotion and not just like that dumbfounded look on his face.
But what other emotion should he have shown? Because as I said, it
frustration?
That's what I took from it.
Oh, I didn't.
I took frustration,
disappointment. Like a blank stare.
Really?
Yeah, kind of like when you have too much Jameson.
There's no such thing as too much Jameson.
But I mean, it's like he didn't.
It's better than a mojito.
You couldn't.
How dare you?
You couldn't. What?
You drink mojitos.
Yes, because they're delicious. But listen, he just stared off, and I didn't feel frustration. I didn't feel like he was being let down by his fans. I just felt that he needed so much more. But Bray Wyatt, I mean, he's fantastic.
The crowd didn't know how to react to this opening segment. I think it may have been a bit over their heads at times, but when you look back at it, and
how often do you see a bunch of grade school kids surround a steel cage singing The Whole World in Your Hands
what's great about it.
with 3 swamp men? One in a rocking chair.
We'll leave it at that. Ric Flair was back on Raw. It seemed as if he would be aligning himself with his former group, The Evolution. However, he would do so with The Shield instead, and the crowd flat for this segment. Something was missing.
No, because they want to see Ric Flair with Evolution. They don't want to see. Okay, so what? Ric Flair's going to show up on Sunday in a flak jacket now? with the Shield?
Ric Flair does belong in Evolution.
He
the
does.
fans, including this one, wanted to see him rejoin Evolution.
Has he gotten shorter?
No, Batista just got taller.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, he's lifting.
Gotcha.
And then we would see the Shield and Evolution tear each other apart in the final segment, the go-home version, into Extreme Rules, which is tomorrow night on pay-per-view of Raw this past Monday night.
They're really going to elevate the Shield. I mean, they've done a great job so far. I've never seen them, I don't want to say use kid gloves or baby talents the way they have the Shield. They've made sure they've always looked strong going forward. And
the match was Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton, which is a marquee match in and of itself.
Which was a very good match. But, you know, Roman Reigns isn't ready to be a singles guy yet.
Adam Rose debuts next Monday night on Raw, this Monday night on Raw. And, David, are you on the party bus? Are you on?
No. I'm not going on any bus.
You're on the struggle bus, right?
No, I'm not going on any bus that has that Silverman guy on it or whatever that.
Where would you sit on the bus? I'll be up front.
Well, first of all, I'm not going to sit in the back.
That's where the party is, though, in the bathrooms.
No, there's a rabbit on there, and it's just weird.
WWE also this past week announced their business results for the first quarter of 2014. Within that came some news that they expect to announce their new television deal very soon. For those of you who know, WWE has been trying to get many more dollars from the networks to air their programming, and one of those companies they're rumored to be talking to is Viacom, which of course owns Spike TV, MTV, CBS, and more. Things could get very interesting, obviously, with Impact Wrestling airing on Spike TV.
Yeah, considering I believe their TV contract is up in October.
That's just a ways away. So we will be talking more about WWE later as we go into Be the Booker for Extreme Rules, which is tomorrow night on pay-per-view.
Visit our friends over at ProWrestlingTees.com for the latest and greatest wrestling t-shirts at awesome prices. You can also find the official PWR shop where you can get the all-new Nelson Family or the Super Friends shirt as well. ProWrestlingTees.com is your home on the web for the most unique and entertaining wrestling tees.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to a special draft edition of the Pro Wrestling Report, primetime Saturday night. Damian Nelson sitting alongside the cheater, David Hero. You ever been on that show, Cheaters?
Wow, really?
I'm just asking.
No, I have not.
Well, because you cheat in the draft. You've cheated with this coin. You've cheated with the guest moderator. And that is... well, let's go to this week's TNA Report, ladies and gentlemen. And TNA Impact Wrestling presented a pay-per-view last Sunday called Sacrifice, where the new TNA World Heavyweight Champion Eric Young defeated Magnus, and then this past Thursday night at Impact defeated Bobby Roode as well, being positioned as a fighting champion. As he has said, he is going to defend the title every week on Impact.
Well, and he should. I mean, he's a very talented guy. He's been with the company for a long time, and they finally have a strong babyface as their champion. But now all the heels. I mean, you got EC3 coming up.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to have Bobby Roode again. You know, James Storm, he's been acting up lately, and I'm sure Magnus will get a few more title shots.
And Beer Money recently reunited as well.
Yeah.
We also had another title, two titles change hands rather at Sacrifice. Angelina Love defeats Madison Rayne to become the new Knockouts champion.
I was surprised. That shocked me. I thought for sure Madison would have retained. You know, but a six-time Knockouts champion, Angelina Love. It is.
And the new tag team champions defeating the Bromans were the American Wolves, Eddie Edwards and
Davey Richards.
I always blank out on his name. Davey Richards.
Well, you guys have heat.
No, we don't have heat. We're going to have heat when you try to screw me over in the draft later, and that's why I'm not able to find these words.
You're not able to concentrate. Is that what it is?
No, because I'm going to win, and I must win.
Fine. Have some excuses. No, I mean
the Wolves, new champs.
The Wolves, they've been fantastic lately. I mean, the matches they've had with the Bromans, they've been going crisscrossing the nation, having some of the matches of the night, and it's almost like a Hart Foundation versus British Bulldogs kind of thing going on.
You know what? Ooh, wait, who's the Hart Foundation? The Bromans?
No. Well, I don't want to call them Power and Glory. You know.
What about Strike Force?
Ooh, no. Can-Am Connection.
Rhythm and Blues?
Yes. Robbie can be a honky-tonk man.
Rockstar Spud, of course, who you know is an endorsed talent, and EC3 had a workout session this past Thursday night on Impact. Purely comical, of course, until it was interrupted by Kurt Angle. Talked about EC3 just a moment ago. You did. Just fun shenanigans from those two guys.
And you know what? It was great seeing you and Spud share a moment earlier tonight.
We had dinner.
Yeah, it was cool.
We talked.
I mean, he
didn't like you so much, by the way.
Well, that happens. He's British.
I know. What do you think of the menagerie coming soon to Impact Wrestling? Knox.
It's almost like the oddities.
Nux.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody come to the greatest show. Yeah.
I think it's fantastic. It'll be something different.
And different is good,
and
ladies
you know,
and gentlemen.
they tape at Universal Studios, so it makes perfect sense.
How so?
Because they're carnival people.
That is a theme park. There's a difference between theme park and a
They
carnival.
have carnival games there, don't they?
They don't have carnival games. Carnival games, the person who's running the game is smoking a joint and drinking a beer while they're doing it.
And,
you won't find that at an established theme park.
Yeah, they have a better dental care, I think, too.
That's this week's TNA Impact Wrestling Report. Let's take it over to Linda Kay for this week's Event Center.
Welcome to the PWR Event Center, brought to you by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. PWR is bringing sweet and sexy to Los Angeles for SummerSlam. SummerSlam is already sold out, and our sweet tickets are moving very fast for LA. Order yours now at pwrshow.com and be a part of it. That's it for this week's Event Center, presented by Gruber Law Offices.
Thank you, Linda. And it's time for this week's Hot News, brought to you by Cellucor, featuring products that maximize every trading session, helping you get the gains you're looking for faster than a speeding bullet. Head to cellucor.com and enter the code PWRShow at checkout and get 20% off your entire order. I got another order today at home. I got my C4, actually.
Oh, you're going to love that.
Yes, so Cellucor, great partner, and check out their products. Investigation on behalf of investors of World Wrestling Entertainment Incorporated shares over potential security law violations by WWE and certain of its directors and officers in connection with certain financial statements.
That's a mouthful. You okay?
Basically, somebody's investigating WWE's trading practices. However, this investigation is by a law firm that focuses on possible claims on behalf of purchasers of the securities of WWE concerning whether a series of statements by WWE regarding its business, its prospects, and its operations were materially false and misleading at the time they were made. WWE released a statement saying the claim that Shareholders Foundation is allegedly investigating has absolutely no substance or merit. It's important to note that this is not a government investigation, but one being conducted by a law firm. That's it for this week's Hot News, presented by Cellucor, who helps you maximize your workout and your life.
This week's Robert Hack Diamond of the Ring is the lovely and talented Lana. Yes, Lana, the one that comes out to the ring and introduces Alexander Rusev. She's just tremendous. I mean, just absolutely fantastic. I mean, the way she walks up those stairs.
You don't need to explain it. We've all seen her.
We have to, yeah. So this week's Robert Hack Diamond of the Ring, the place where they pay cash for gold, is Lana.
We'll be right back with round 2 through 7 of the PWR Draft.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, the insurance company may try to stop you from getting what's fair.
They better be careful. Now I've got Gruber Law Offices.
One call, that's all.
It's time for the 2014 PWR Fantasy Draft. Let's get right to the rules. There will be 2 teams in the draft, the Super Friends led by David Hero and the Nelson family led by 2-time draft winner Damian Nelson. Each team will draft 10 talents over 10 rounds. Round 1 took place on yesterday's Feedback Friday episode online, and the family selected John Cena while the Super Friends picked up Daniel Bryan. Rounds 2 through 7 will occur tonight, and the final rounds will take place tomorrow on Twitter, and each team must select a rookie in one of the rounds. There have been some changes in the scoring for 2014, and more points will be made available for losing a match, winning Money in the Bank, and bonus points will be applied for being in a specialty match. Points can only be scored on pay-per-view events and pay-per-view pre-shows. So now, without further ado, let's continue the 2014 PWR Fantasy Draft with our special guest moderator, Al Snow.
Thank you, Linda, for the draft rules, and welcome Al Snow. And Al, I gotta say, I'm so happy that you're here again with us here in this very studio, and that you are the fair and balanced moderator of the 2014 PWR Draft.
I have to tell you, Damien, that I'm sensing a bit of disingenuousness.
Oh no, I'm
about
completely
your
genuine. I'm 100% real.
welcoming me to the show.
No, I'm damn
the
glad to
fact
see
that
you.
I'm going to be the moderator, I know that you're going to assume that I naturally am going to take a bend towards, David Hero. But as you said, I am completely fair, completely impartial. We're going to call this right down the middle.
Down the middle.
Right down the middle.
But
Okay.
aren't you a super friend? I mean, you gotta. It says,
Listen,
and
let's
then he
not-
says,
let's
and
not-
then you
let's
two
not do-
with your little competition.
He's a details guy.
We're debating semantics. You understand? The fact of the matter is that I am completely fair and impartial. I'd say I'm like a Supreme Court justice here.
Clarence Mason?
At least Clarence Mason times.
Let's, can we go to round two? And in round one,
Yes.
Linda told us who the
Yes.
first picks were. You picked Daniel Bryan, did David?
Yes.
I picked John Cena, and I think it's,
You pick John Cena?
well, it's going to be a lot of points. You see how the points work.
Really?
He's going to be on every pay-per-view. Mo money, mo money, mo money.
It might be the year that he kind of drops off.
Well, I'll pick somebody else.
Well, then just pick somebody else.
You know, I've won the draft 2 times.
Have you?
Yeah, he's never won.
He hasn't. Well, this might be his year.
This is my year. It's my decade.
Andy, can
He
you
is
grab
on
my,
fire right now.
money clip out of the office? Thank you. Might need it later. Round 2?
Yes.
You get first pick, I think.
I get the second pick.
the first pick of round
First
two.
pick of round two.
the
Yes,
second round,
I'm
yeah.
going to take. You know
How do
why?
work with this guy?
I don't. He just sits there.
I'm taking Bray Wyatt, number 2, overall. Because he's
man.
got the whole world in his hands.
Apparently, he's got your world in his hands.
Well, wait, not really. But,
Wow.
He can't handle my
Wow,
world.
that was pretty stiff.
My
his
number
elbow.
3, my number 3 pick, 2 pick.
no, you're number 4 pick
round
overall.
2.
Yes.
number 4
first
pick
pick
overall
of your second round.
is going to be Roman Reigns.
Oh, shocking. Really? Flavor
Yep.
of the week?
Roman Reigns.
He is no flavor of the week. He is a star. He is endorsed, and he will get me a win in the draft.
You know what? I'm sure
I like your confidence. I like your zest, your
twice.
zeal, your belief in your
he
choices.
does use zest.
Yeah,
I'm zestfully clean.
Yes.
I can smell it.
Well, he brings back freshness every time.
He does.
Yes.
You have to,
Round 3.
Otherwise,
I got the third pick. My third pick.
I don't know.
Number 3.
Is he allowed to pick?
yeah, he's allowed to pick.
You know what? I think I'm going to go with Antonio Cesaro.
Very good, very good.
Yes.
I'm glad I'm here to help him because he's having a little bit of trouble with this.
I am.
So.
Well, I took your notes earlier.
Well, what's your pick there, good sir?
I am going to pick the third person on the Nelson family team will be Cody Rhodes.
Oh.
What was the joke? What did I miss? Must have been good. What? What's so? Cody's a champion, a future champion, a former champion, tag team intercontinental. He's going to be going into a big feud with his brother Goldust.
You are such a funny guy.
I'm not here to be ridiculed. Remember, I've won twice.
I've won twice.
Yeah, you have. You've won twice.
It's too bad this won't be the third time that'll be a charm.
Let's see.
Welcome back to the Nelson family, Cody Rhodes.
Yeah,
Now, keep in mind, you laughed. The only reason
You
Cody had
having a
troubles last
man
year.
crush, which is kind of disturbing on another guy, has nothing to do with why you should
I'm
have made a
picking
choice
based on
to
pure
pick.
talent.
Really?
I am, absolutely.
Okay. All right.
Pay-per-views only, right?
And pay-per-view pre-shows.
Oh, now that's.
Let's pick up the pace.
It's up to the moderator. I mean, that's what Linda said in the rules. If you start listening,
He changes everything.
how do I change it? They're not even pay-per-views anymore. They're special events. So you want to go get specific.
Well, I just want to make sure because, last year you took advantage of certain situations.
Take advantage of every situation.
Sounds like that might be how you win.
I'm an opportunist.
He does. He cheats.
Maybe you'll be on an episode of Cheaters.
Unlikely. I am never surveilled.
Really?
You know what? I think I am going to go with the Viper Randy Orton. I got to have
Really?
a veteran.
Tremendous.
Yes.
Great job. Great job. Good choice. Good choice.
My next pick, ladies and gentlemen, in round 4 of the 2014 PWR Draft, Sheamus. It's a shame for pain. Glass to head.
Al,
I love
that?
the way that you sing and try to convince yourself and put more, more verbosity behind your decision by, then giving yourself that confidence that you made the right choice. Even though actually,
You see this team, dude?
Yeah, I see.
Cena, Reigns, Rhodes, Sheamus.
You're talking the past. Talking the past.
Another injury-prone guy.
Yeah.
Well, there are more rounds,
Yes.
and we're going to have those when we come back here on the 2014 PWR Draft, moderated by Al Snow, my great friend, my dear. It's so good to see you.
Stop. Get your lips off me, okay? Being fair and impartial the whole way through.
Visit our friends over at ProWrestlingTees.com for the latest and greatest wrestling t-shirts at awesome prices. You can also find the official PWR shop where you can get the all-new Nelson Family or the Super Friends shirt as well. ProWrestlingTees.com is your home on the web for the most unique and entertaining wrestling tees.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Pro Wrestling Report Prime Time's 2014 PWR Draft. Rounds 1 through 4 are behind us. Hold up.
What?
No.
What?
Al, you said you were going to be fair.
I am.
That's my rock. Those are my picks.
Whoa, pump the brakes there, big fella, okay?
I didn't mean to. Well, here's the thing. But can I tell you what's going on?
Yeah, please.
I don't know how well, when he invited you to come.
You seem a little uptight, okay?
What?
A little hot under the collar, a little cranky. I mean, almost frustrated.
Well, because the draft is very important.
You know, Captain America wouldn't act like that.
That's true.
And being the winner is very important to me.
And
And
Nazi.
I look over and he's looking at, look who he picked. He's got Brian, look. He was on my list here.
Oh.
He's got Wyatt, look.
I just
he
thought
was
that
on my
was a
list
list
here.
of the talent that were on
He's got Cesaro, that's on my list here. All in the order. The first 4 he picked are my first 4.
I thought that was your grocery list.
I would say that would be a freak accident.
Oh, he's a freak, all right. And I'm no accident.
I think, or just a,
You know he had those kids committed?
Well,
From the accounting firm last
they
week?
needed some
Well,
help.
they couldn't count properly.
I'm ready for round 5. I don't know about
Okay,
you.
let's go. Round 5.
Number 5. I'm gonna take Alexander Rusev.
That's your rookie pick?
Yes.
Good choice. Good
So
choice.
this is the rookie round.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I want Lana on my team, so I can cheer for her every week now.
You don't have her.
I have Rusev.
You have Rusev.
It's by, it's a package
Default.
deal. Yeah.
You're not getting her package.
You can't get. Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah, you're naughty.
You and your sexual innuendo.
It's a family show.
You might want to try to focus more on your draft and not on your little dirty thoughts. Okay.
The fifth member of the Nelson family will do our rookie pick,
I
and then
understand
my
why you're
rookie
so
pick will
frustrated
be
now.
Adam Rose. Sure did.
Really?
A Rose
I'm
by
getting
any
on that
other
bus.
name?
You're on the bus, huh?
Yeah.
Right in the front.
Yeah, that's where I prefer to sit.
Well, of course.
By the driver, because easy out, something happens.
You never know.
So we can't pick tag teams anymore, huh?
Al?
Do you want to?
I would like a tag team,
Now,
man.
what do you mean? Do you want to? Linda went over the rules.
Hold on, wait a minute.
He's the moderator.
But, yeah, I moderate, okay? What's Linda do? She just stands there and looks attractive. What do? I think.
You moderate, he perpetrates.
Correct. So let's see here. Well, he does perpetrate a lot. Tag teams.
It's up to you. You're the moderator, Al.
I know.
Do whatever you want,
Okay.
within reason.
I say yes.
Fantastic. That means I will take the Usos at number 6.
Oh my goodness, what a wonderful choice.
The current WWE Tag Team Champions.
What are you going to counter with there, Mr. Nelson?
Well, I mean, the rules I had didn't have tag teams available in them, so
Well, you just make your own
what am I
rules
gonna
anyway,
counter that
so-
with? I'm going to counter it with Wade Barrett.
Oh,
That's your tag team?
No, that's just my pick.
Just
Because
gotta
I'm
get-
going to stick to the rules here. I'm going to pick Wade Barrett because he's going to soon be Intercontinental Champion, and he is going to get me points. I'm afraid I've got some bad news for you, Dave.
I got some
You're
bad-
going to lose.
I've got some bad
and not
news for
get
you.
Another trophy like I have.
Oh!
See that, I'm a winner. First place,
Nelson
hashtag Nelson
family.
family. You know what? You can come to the dark side if you like. Be a member of the Nelson
Whoa.
family.
Doesn't have to be
Wait,
the dark
really?
side.
So to be on your team, you have to be on the dark side?
Well, it's like a reference to some movie somewhere sometime.
that's a reference.
What about round 7?
Round 7.
I'm going to take Seth Rollins at number 7.
Good choice.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
I got to make sure you don't get the whole shield.
I don't need the whole shield, and I could have picked the rest of the shield in my tag team pick last round if I chose to, but I elected not to.
Don't get
Barrett.
hot. If you're hot, say you're hot.
All right, so because I value your opinion, as a legend in this business.
Sure.
Looking at this list of peeps, who do you think? Who do you think I should go with next? Now the Reds they're taken already.
Right.
Is that a good one?
I'd say RVD. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. If he said you should really,
You should
if
take
he's
him.
He
suggesting,
lost Monday night.
Well, that doesn't matter. Winning,
Well, he's in the
losing.
pay-per-view match.
Yeah,
No, he's
exactly. Winning, losing.
he always
man,
bounces back.
Always bounces back.
He always flips back.
Very resilient.
And
Batista.
really, wow, he went against what you suggested.
You're not taking my advice?
I took your advice and I evaluated your advice and
You're smart enough. I don't need to tell you. If you're dumb enough, you're not going to listen. So, that's your choice.
We got 3 picks left.
Huh?
3 picks left?
Yeah, 3 picks that are going to happen tomorrow on Twitter.
On Twitter.
Via at David Hero, via at Damian Nelson, and via at the real. You want a team? Do you want to be in the draft?
You know what? I might join you.
I think it's important to note that you will see that we have not picked any TNA talents, only for the fact that they don't have more than 4 pay-per-views a year, so the points won't matter. But if I were to pick,
they do have specials that were once pay-per-views that they now have on TV. So those.
Maybe we'll do a separate TNA draft. Because I need Rockstar Spud on my team. I need EC3 on my team. I need the Bromans.
Whoa. When we were off the air, I suggested all those talent.
He really did.
Yeah.
Come on. Really? You're not that smart.
Now, what are you doing? You ringing my register? Now you jumping on my bandwagon? What are you doing, brother?
Your register?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Just what you're doing. You're jumping on the bandwagon.
Al, I'd like to thank you for being somewhat fair, somewhat impartial.
Somewhat fair, somewhat impartial.
You changed the rules as we went along, which fine. You're the moderator. You've been empowered to do so.
I'd like you to know that I'm an ordained minister. And as an ordained minister, how could I be anything but impartial and fair?
Yes. See?
Ordained?
Yes, I am.
Does that mean they give you a little hat?
Reverend Al Snow. I even have a parking pass at the hospital. Get all the good spots.
Well, Extreme Rules is tomorrow night on pay-per-view, and it's time for Be the Booker for Extreme Rules.
I could marry you and Dave.
It is indeed time for Be the Booker, and it's Be the Booker for WWE Extreme Rules tomorrow night on pay-per-view, where the first time points will apply, David Hero.
Thank God.
Firstly, for the Intercontinental Championship, it will be Wade Barrett versus Big E Langston. Big E, the champion. Wade Barrett, a member of the Nelson family.
And you know what? Wade Barrett is going to become the new IC champion. He's been getting momentum. He's been winning. He won the tournament, beat Rob Van Dam. He beat Sheamus. It is now Wade Barrett's time to ascend to the upper mid-card.
He's going to have some bad news for Big E.
I think so. I like Wade Barrett to leave the champ and get some points for the Nelson family.
It's John Cena versus Bray Wyatt in a steel cage matchup, and after the amazing emotion created this past Monday night on Raw, this one should be interesting.
And that's exactly why I like Bray Wyatt to defeat John Cena in the cage. When you invest in bringing all those kids to the ring and surround John Cena and show the frustration in his face where it seems like the fans are turning against him, you got to try to mentally break John Cena. And Bray Wyatt will do just that and defeat John Cena on Sunday. You don't like that, do you?
Well, John Cena defeated Bray at WrestleMania, so it could be Bray's time.
I think it is Bray's match to win.
The WWE Championship will be on the line as Daniel Bryan defends against Kane. Tomorrow night at Extreme Rules, Daniel Bryan, a member of the Super Friends and a member of the Nelson family, is Kane.
You know, it's an interesting match because Kane has been destroying Daniel Bryan the last couple weeks. I do not think Daniel Bryan will beat Kane by pinfall or submission. If anything, Daniel Bryan wins by disqualification, but I wouldn't be surprised if Kane wins by countout and just by destroying. Daniel Bryan's going to be destroyed.
Because Kane can't be controlled. He has not been able to be controlled.
He cannot be. So Daniel Bryan will win by DQ, but will not defeat pinfall or make Kane tap.
Let's not forget the Stephanie factor. Remember what she was called by Daniel Bryan's wife this past Monday night on Raw.
Of course,
that could play a role.
It could very well be, but interesting match. It's going to be a tough one for Daniel Bryan.
Who wins? I know you said it, but I don't see it.
I just told you. I mean, Daniel Bryan is not going to lose the title, but Kane's not going to win it either. So I'll just put it right there in the middle.
So there may not be a winner of this matchup.
It might not be.
The Shield versus Evolution. Factions collide at Extreme Rules.
And you know what? Right now, the Shield getting momentum, but they're not quite there yet. I like Ric Flair to come out and help Evolution defeat the Shield. Absolutely.
Nice.
Evolution will defeat the Shield.
Yeah.
The Shield got to start from the bottom, then they'll get here.
Makes so much sense.
Well,
the Flair alignment.
That's why you pay me a lot of money to do that.
Well, members of the Nelson family and Super Friends, both on the team of the Shield. So it should be interesting, firstly, to see who wins these matchups and also how the first round and the first day of scoring in the PWR Draft goes. Speaking of the draft, Linda is going to close us out with a little bit more information on the next rounds of picks.
That's it for this week's edition of Primetime, but the draft continues with the final 3 rounds tomorrow on Twitter. Follow at Damian Nelson, at David Hero, and at PWR Draft to see who the final picks are for both teams. We'll see you tomorrow night for the WWE Extreme Rules post-show, streaming live on the PWR Facebook page.